What is the most powerful spiritual tool that we can use to aid us for healing, abundance, relationships, lifting up the earth, and empowering our lives on every level? I'll give you a hint. This particular spiritual tool is right in front of our noses, has been for a long time. But we think it's just decoration, and a funny kind of decoration, or a macabre kind of decoration at that. But let me introduce you to the most incredible healing tool. Here it is, from Atlantis. Why were crystal skulls in ancient Atlantis so important, so powerful? How were they used historically? They were power generators, for one. Energy came in through a crystal and enabled all the power for a temple and the entire community. Pretty important. Think of a huge farm of solar panels aiding an entire community. Here it is. Crystal skulls were used like computers. Now that one's not a surprise, in that it is a silicone chip, a quartz crystal in our computers that enables us to access the internet and to download information. So we can have access to all kinds of things and then have it downloaded so that we can see it and read it or hear it. This, however, gives a direct download. It doesn't go to a computer screen or a phone screen. It goes to our brain and our body directly. This is like a computer for our soul, for our emotions, and much more. In the times of ancient Atlantis, skulls were used to connect with other galaxies or higher beings, higher dimensions from other stars. Think of it as a Merkaba or a portal of sorts. These ancient cultures had marvelous, marvelous technology. We still am not sure how they built those pyramids. They got that information from brothers from the stars, and this was one method to obtain information from brothers from the stars. And the 13 master skulls in ancient Atlantis, in each of their temples, each one housed the computer databank of a higher society. Think of a computer databank of all the angels know, or a computer databank of all the accomplishments, abilities, energies, feelings, healings of all the angels. We're talking about a computer databank of an octave of music way above our hearing range, of a type of life and lifestyle without negativity of the 3D duality world. Pretty special computers. In ancient times, these lovely skulls were also used for healing. I had an out-of-body experience, and I was in an ancient Atlantis temple, and I saw lights in the eyes, red lights, and there was all kinds of lights that lit up, and it would take information out of the eyes, and it would clear energy blockages, and it would provide downloads. So that's a little bit of how these skulls were used. Oh, and also for manifesting. Think that when you radiate out positive energy of, let's say, abundance, we expect then to sow what we reap, which means the radiations that we have abundance goes out, connects with other abundance, and like attracts like, and it comes back to us. Think of this being a computer, taking our prayer meditation of abundance, radiating it out, and bringing it back to us. Wow. I have a question for you. What's the difference between this and this? This is a piece of quartz. This is a crystal quartz skull. Okay, here's the difference. Our scientists are beginning to discover, and some have studied, shape resonance. It has been hard to scientifically confirm because we're talking about subtle energies that are very hard to measure. Maybe 50 years ago, if we couldn't measure something in science, we said, oh, it's superstition or not true. When really, it was that science needed to grow and become more sophisticated to be able to measure such subtle energies. Now, with quantum physics, many of the ancient methods of healing and their knowledge is proving to be quantum physics. So here is a new kind of resonance. There's the resonance of a violin. You have one here, play A string. This A string sounds. Energy transfers on the same frequency. There's also something called shape resonance. And you will find that shapes give off frequencies. So in ancient Egypt, if you had a cracked skull, you would either sleep with a whole skull or maybe an ostrich egg, which is similar to the shape of your skull. And slowly, the frequencies of a healthy skull are received into your skull. Because this is the shape of a skull, and I have a skull, this radiates much more energy to me than this. This also, because of its shape and its crystal nature, also can connect with the 13 Atlantean skulls. How cool is that? So with intention and ceremony, the 13 skulls in Atlantis connected with the 13 most important things in life according to the ancient Atlanteans. Since this skull can connect to those skulls, even if they're not found, they're still here, and the signals can find each other, then they can access the information from those fabulous temples and a society that is octaves above what we experience here on Earth, a higher realm, a higher dimension. They can be accessed by this skull through shape and crystal resonance. And then the download goes to us. How powerful is that? What else is so special and powerful about a crystal skull? In the times of Atlantis, they had access to the Akashic Records. And what is the Akashic Records? Think that Einstein said, energy is neither created nor destroyed. In a similar kind of a way, Jesus says, as a man thinketh, so is he. Every little vibration that we create is linked to us. So where's it all stored? The Akashic Records is the name for the place where all of energy that we have created is stored. This guy connects to them. And given that the crystal skull is crystal, and that we can fill it full of our love and our good intent, and with this beautiful vibration, we can simply pray, intend to connect to our own Akashic record. We kind of think that the past is the past, it can't be changed. But think about it. Energies, actions, emotions, thoughts, they're all energy, and they all change. It's like setting up a blessing and then leaving the skull alone, not using any willpower, doing something else, and have this skull continue to radiate and uplift into your Akashic records. And in essence, it's another way of saying it burns karma and it does ancestral clearing. For those are energies stored in our Akashic records. We can do a prayer, we can do an intent, and it continues to do it in our absence. This was also used to connect to star beings and higher evolved family of ours. That was done several ways, but one of which is maybe thousands, millions of miles above your chakras. You have a silver cord running through your body, and it doesn't go up a little bit, it goes up a whole lot. And way up that cord, there are intersections to planets and planetary beings. We can use the skull to clear the chakras above our head and send up uploads of beautiful energy through our silver cord way above our head. This can be used for the ultimate feng shui. Leave it near beautiful music and watch it radiate that music even when the music's off, or radiate a blessing that you had all day long. Consciousness is something that everything has. So a tree, a blade of grass, a crystal skull. The more you work with consciousness, the more it works with you. So I'm so excited to start to change people's ways of thinking of this tool, not decoration. Incredibly powerful healer, downloader, and projector of energy that we want to receive. All in this little package. Namaste.